つになったらお姉ちゃんみたいに背が高くなるんだろ
う。やっと来たね。
わかりにくかったぞ。次はこういうのやめてくれよな。そうだ、原油やろう。酒は手に入ったか？
手に入れたよ。ジャックのやつ貴重な名酒って言ってたけど、結局ただのアップルサイダーだったよ。懐かしいな。初めてここで景色を眺めた時、僕はこの姿じゃなかった。だいたい2600年くらい前かな。この世界がまだ七神の管理下に置かれていなかった時代。あの頃旧モンドは暴君が吹き起こした暴風に囲まれていて、鳥すらも行き来できなかったんだ。
旧モンド？ああ、思い出したぞ。今の風流廃墟だろ？お前が前に言ってた。
その通り。かつてあの高い塔を統治した風の暴君は竜巻の魔人デカラビアンだ。あの時の僕は千の風の中の一つで、神でもなく人の姿でもなかった。風の中の些細な元素の精霊、小さな天気と希望をもたらす風だったんだよ。
元素の精霊？人の姿じゃなかった。あれ？原油野郎、昔はこんな感じじゃなかったのか？
うん。今の僕の姿は実はあの偽物のスタンレーと同じ友達のものを借りたんだ。僕が話す物語は旧モンドの始まり。あの暴君が治めた国で僕はある少年と知り合った。少年はライアーをつまびき自分の歌を探していた。しかし彼は風の壁の内に生まれ、青空を目にしたことがない。鳥の飛ぶ姿が見たい。少年の眼差しは強く、瞳には光が宿っている。しかしその声は風の音にかき消された。なぜなら竜巻は賛歌のみを受け取り、他の音を残さないから。本物の空、鳥かごの外にある詩と歌、それは戦うに値する願望ではないだろうか。だから少年は僕を誘ったんだ。僕と共に暴君を倒し風の壁を壊そうと。少年は反抗の旗を掲げ、僕も自由を求める戦争に身を置いた。鳥かごを破る者たちは勝ち続け、真意は崩れ、旋風は乱れ、国々は震えた。荘園の中、僕たちは暴君の結末を見届け、怪人の中、僕たちは高い塔が崩れ落ちるのを見届けた。こうして新しいモンドが始まって、それから誰も王座に登ることはなかった。
その後は？お前の友達、その後どうなったんだ？
パイモン、その後の話が知りたいかい？
当たり前だろ。もったいぶらないで早く教えてくれよな。なんで急にリンゴなんか食べたくなるんだよ。
お腹が空いたんだね。
仕方ないやつだな。
ああ、君は賢すぎると僕はたまにそう思ってしまうよ。でも友達の間ではこういう暗黙の了解があった方がいいのかもしれないね。ビッシュ、そよ風、こういう時はいつも思い出してしまうんだ。彼から教えてもらった歌をね。飛べ、飛べ、飛ぶ鳥のように、僕の代わりに世界を見て、僕の代わりに高い空へ。
のままだと眠くなっちゃうよ。よっしゃ、よっしゃ。よいしょ、よいしょ。
風の導くままに。よいしょ。よっ。
一日だね。バーバラ、行くよ。バーバラ、行くよ。星と深淵をめ
ララランランララランランキラッ。元気がないの？私が作ったスパイシードリンク飲んでみて。シャキッとするよ。ミュージックスタート。いってらっしゃい。おい。え？よし。ヤッホー。おい。よっ。そこ。それ。姿を見せよ、オズ。はい。およっ。それ。おい。おい。行こう。
みょみょん。さよなら。私とお茶しない？いひひ。ヒルチャールのお兄さんが病気になった。
星と深淵を目指せ。無事今日の依頼を達成。ヒルチャールのお兄さんが病気になった。
空をかける白鉄ちびすけよ、電気商子の敵を取らせてもらおう。さあ、鬼カブトムシを出すがよい。 お前を任した後、このわしが荒滝派を全員一人ずつ打ち倒してやるわい。
うわ今回は大人だけど、なんか今までの子供よりずっと興奮してるな。
白鉄ちびすけ、相手はお前をご指名だ。気合で負けんじゃねえぞ。赤部に一生連れて盛大に任してやれ。
よし、空をかける白鉄ちびすけの2戦目だ。行くぞ。でも相手の鬼カブトムシ、随分と大きくないか。なんか不公平な気がするぞ。
気にすんな。大きけりゃ逆に重くなる。うちの赤紅書には到底及ばないはずだ。
お前たちの弱々しい鬼カブトムシではわしに勝つどころか、それをもらってもカゴの無駄遣いになるだけだろうな。
行こう。
星と深淵を目指せ。実はつい先日、冒険者協会にある特殊な依頼が届きました。慎重に検討いたしましたところ、やはり
旅人が最も適した人選だろ。
はい、いつもと同じですね。では早速ではありますが、この依頼を引き受けてはいただけませんでしょうか。はい、では簡単に説明いたしますね。本件はシャブ業からの依頼になります。どうやら獣域ハウンドの群れが溶合山一帯で神王の根を攻撃しているようなのです。
獣域ハウンド？そいつらが鳴神島に現れたのか？
はい、そうです。それら魔物が一体どこからやってきたのかわかりません。ただ今回は群れをなしており、規模も大きく、目標が明確で非常に攻撃的になっています。神王が稲妻にとってとても大切な存在であることをあなたたちもご存知ですよね。よかったです。ですのでこの件は至急対処しなければなりません。
このこと天領奉行の人は知ってるのか？
はい、彼らもすでに行動しています。ただ神王の根はとても複雑なもの。獣域ハウンドも神出鬼没で数が多く、対処するのが難しい状況でして、そのため彼らは住民を守ることを最優先事項としています。魔物を殲滅するために様々な勢力へと積極的に協力を求めているようです。また本件に対し冒険者協会も力を入れてサポートを行っております。しかし現状、各勢力による獣域ハウンドの討伐はまだあまり楽観のできない状況です。ありがとうございます。心強いお返事を聞けてとても安心しました。では獣域ハウンドの出没地点をマップに記しておきますね。それら魔物の殲滅をどうかよろしくお願いいたします。
安心しろ。すぐ終わらせて帰ってくるぜ。まさかまた神王に関する事件が起こるなんてな。それに神王は花散里さんがずっと守りたかったものだ。それをあの悪い犬たちがめちゃくちゃにしようとしてるなんて絶対に許せないな。
以上。
参ったな。新人冒険者はいつも同じ過ちを繰り返す。
武勇でなんぞ取るに足るわい。
雨降る風の中、ふるさとを思う。拙者と故郷のつながりはもういざ。
お嬢様の安全は俺が守る。
よーし、頑張れよ。神王を攻撃してるぞ。早くあいつらをやっつけよう。
おいっややヤッホーだほっほっよっほっはっほっはっおい
行こう。わい、こんなに数が多いなんて。どうりで天領奉行の人たちが助けを求めるわけだ。頑張れ、ファイトだ
無我の境地へ。
将軍。いや、もしかしたらエイって可能性も。
あなたたちでしたか。そういえば天領奉行内部の混乱を解決して以来、随分と長く会っていませんでしたね。
その口調、エイか？一撃でやっつけるなんて、強い。
とある用事のため、その最初の準備をしていたのです。以前あなたと一緒に稲妻を散策した時、今の人々の状況を目の当たりにしました。そのおかげで昔はわからなかった道理をある程度理解することができました。それ以来、考え事に行き詰まると心ともなく外に出てみたくなるようになったのです。
そうだよな。ずっと同じところにいたら息が詰まっちゃうし。
念のため言っておきますが、これは決して娯楽目的ではありません。ここ最近、私は一身浄土のうちより外界で起きている変化を見てきました。とりわけ最も深刻なのが獣域ハウンドが神王に対して攻撃を行っていることです。これについて私は十分に注意を払うべき一件だと考えました。そこで魔物を追ってここまで来たところ、こうしてあなたたちと会ったのです。もしこのことに気づいたのが
将軍であって私でなかったら放っていたかもしれません。
どうしてだ？人形だったら助けてくれなかったのか？
はい。私が人形に定めた規則では、こういった事件は3奉行に対処させるようになっています。しかし、獣域ハウンドによる神王への攻撃は、私にとって過去に起きたあの災いの記憶を蘇らせるもの。
過去に起きた災い？
そう。500年前、稲妻で起きた大きな災厄のことです。大地は漆黒の霧に包まれ、辺りには魔物がはびこりました。この災厄のせいで無数の命が奪われ、人々が苦労して建てた家々も、そのほとんどが瓦礫へと変わり果ててしまった。魔物は稲妻の地で数々の猛威を振るいました。そしてこの獣域ハウンドこそが、その魔物たちの先遣部隊だったのです。この魔物の責務は、鋭利な牙と爪で空間を切り裂いて道を作り、より強大な猛獣を呼び寄せること。どうやら、あなたも聞いたことがあるようですね。あれは、私が永遠に思い出したくない記憶でもあります。あなたたちからすれば、これら生物に対する私の行動は過剰だと思うかもしれませんが、しかし、やりすぎるくらいでなければいけないことなのです。
わかるような、よくわからないような。
あなたたちも同じ事情で来たのですから、一緒に行動しましょう。付近にあった痕跡から見て、まだこの辺りには魔物が数多くいるようです。その全てを絶対に殲滅しなければなりません。
エイと一緒に行動できるのは、なんだかすごく安心感があるな。これが俗に言う、強者が一緒にいる時に味わえる優越感ってやつか？そうだ、魔物を片付けたらカーンルイヤのことについて聞いてみようぜ。この色、神王が傷ついた時の色に似てるぞ。こっちの方向だ。早く行ってみよ
う。お日様が出たら日光浴、お月様が出たら月光浴。
元気出してよ。ミュージックスタート。
者は必ず制裁され、どこにいるのか聞かせてもらおう。
行こう。おい。やっほー。
精霊者下がれ。
行こう。おっさ。やだ。みんなを守るからね。
陛下の恩寵。逃がさない。
どれどれ、何が入ってるかな。元気出してよ。にょっと。
幸い、被害はそれほど大きなものではありませんでした。傷ついた神王の手当ては、シャブ業に任せればいいでしょう。
流れてるのって、神王の樹液か？なんか光ってるけど。あれ？これって。まさか、この人もう亡くなってるんじゃないか？今までも旅の途中で同じような現象をオイラたち見てきただろう。でも、なんでこんなところに。
二人とも、あたりを確認してみましょ
う。俺は、ここで倒れるわけには。仲間たちのためにも、俺は。
おい、何があったんだ？
お前たち、何者だ？どうしてここに？早く逃げろ！猛獣がまた来るぞ！奴らに目をつけられたら、もう逃げられない！俺たちは、稲妻を守り、最後まで戦い抜かねば。何？知らないのか？稲妻はもう暗き闇に覆われてしまったんだ。辺りには猛獣が溢れ返っている。それだけじゃない。もっと凶悪な魔物もいるようだ。 奴らには感情がなく、ただ全てを飲み込もうとしている。俺たち人間が存在した証もおそらく奴らに食らい尽くされてしまうだろう。
でも周りには何もないぞ。
まだその時じゃないってだけだ。奴らは必ず戻ってくる。だから早く逃げろ。もう今は将軍様も狐西宮様もいらっしゃらない。頼れるのは自分たちだけだ。俺たちがあとどれぐらい持ちこたえられるか俺にもわからない。だがもし希望までも捨ててしまえば。
慌てることはありません。私はここにいますよ。
将軍様、お帰りになられてたんですね。お願いします。どうか我々を助けてください。どうか稲妻をお救いください。あなた様の無情なる来光がなければこの暗闇を払いのけることはできません。このままでは稲妻全部が猛獣の餌食となってしまいます。
落ち着いてください。もうあの戦争は終わっています。
終わった？一体何をおっしゃって。
辺りをよく見ればわかります。草木は生い茂り、風も至極穏やかです。魔物もおらず、命を脅かすものもありません。
確かに。しかし一体どうして。奴らはさっきまで近くにいたのに。つい先ほど私はこの目で見たんです。戦友たちの体が紙のように引き裂かれる姿を。
おい、落ち着けって。もう大丈夫だ。
ああ、そうか。将軍様が稲妻を救ってくださったのですね。将軍様を信じることはやはり最も正しい選択でした。ありがとうございます、将軍様。本当にありがとうございます。
どうしたんだよ、
はい。もう消えてしまいました。
オイラ、何が起きたのかよくわからなかったけど。
私の考えが正しければ、先ほどの一幕はとある武士がこの地に残した記憶でしょう。神王は地脈から汚れを吸い取って浄化することができます。ハウンドにもし集まったのが凄まじい汚れであれば、形成されたこと、浄化された汚れはすぐに散逸。
つまり過去に亡くなった人たちの記憶が今ここに現れたってことか？
その通り。あの兵士も数多くの犠牲者の一人であり、彼が言っていた。はい。当時稲妻はいませんでした。ただ、私の友人である狐西宮は、私にこう言いました。誰も口にはしませんでしたが、私もはい。私は、彼女、しかしそれでも、はい。失ったものがもたらす、たとえ、たたり神を断ち切り、魔獣を殲滅できる強大な、しかし、人間の願いを以前、あなたと一緒に稲妻を散策したとき、前進することは、先ほどの兵士も、あの時代の犠牲者が、命を賭してでも追い求めた未来、稲妻の神として、かつて、あなたたちの努力を、忘れる。
エイの表情がすごく真剣だ。
行きましょう。
Protector! Expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. There is no escape! Shine down! There is no escape!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on, and the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories, I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now, but to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is... complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally... I can't decide whether it's a final regret.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do when you get...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow, there sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
As one with wind and cloud,
I'll remember that.
You need to hurry up! This one's well done! An unfortunate fault!
One with nature.
Shouldn't get careless. Well done. Through. Roasted fried. Feels locked.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. Brings a smile to my face. This is the end.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain.
So we didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about, only out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
traces.
Very well.
The wind knows me. Time to go. Wind blade!
Let the show begin.
Into the wind.
With the wind!
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin. Come on, we can do it.
Follow the wind.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us.
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. Erase all threats.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with the Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite alright. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
The wind knows me.
Let's dance!
One with nature.
Time to go! See?
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the Almighty Shogun.
Oh. Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation... No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Ready, steady, go! Let the show begin.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme! Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Absurd! Inazuma shines eternal! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines blow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Time down! Your verdict is decided. Thunder! Absurd! Torn to oblivion! Pathetic! Weak! Pathetic! Weak! Pathetic. God! Illusions are but distractions. Sweet God! Now you shall perish. Is decided. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Shine down. Insolent. Pathetic. Speak God! Evasion is futile. Weak God! The eye sweeps the lands. Illusion shattered. I shall not fall here. Inazuma shines eternal. Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her. 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A in it out in there forever? She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay. Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the mountain we go.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure!
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like? Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Of the Electro Arc, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe.
Of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
See that he stays safe.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
You... Bernadette is up to here with both of you! Fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel, the conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of the nations. The energy they consume, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night. And the will they demand, sufficient to penetrate mind and crush dreams. You have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. Inferior! There is no escape! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future, and you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto bare, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time? Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Musou Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power,
I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom, she who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Of the Electro Argon. See the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Of the Electro Argon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
See that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Argon. blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally. Protection of the electro see that he stays safe. May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the electro argon, may the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. Protection of the electro argon. May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. Protection of the electro argon. May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Protection of the electro argon. May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the electro argon, may the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the electro argon, may the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, protection of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom. Please, see that he stays safe. The Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom. See that he stays safe. Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura he stays safe.
Wherever in this world I roam,
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. Of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. By the protection of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Please, see that he stays safe. Protection of the Electro see that he stays safe. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Narukami, please, see that he stays safe. Of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Of the Electro Argon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Narukami, please, see that he stays safe.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Come and have some hot soup, or you might just freeze.
If only we had some help here.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
The wind knows me.
So, are you buying or not?
Yeah!
One with nature. That was as one with wind and cloud.
Another test subject. That tingle? A little taste. That tingle?
Clouds high. The birds call.
I got suffocate. That tingle? A little taste. Suffocate.
Into the wind.
That's a little taste. Suffocate. Suffocate. Suffocate.
I'll protect us.
Another test subject.
One with nature.
I got carrots. I got carrots. Picked the wrong test subject. I got carrots. Picked the wrong test subject.
Time to go. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! You're open! Into the wind! Time to go.
Take two to go!
The wind knows
two to go!
as one with wind and cloud! Clouds high, the birds call! One with nature! Into the wind! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows
Jab and cross!
Let's dance.
Just you wait!
Fire, hands on fire!
You're open! You're open! You're open! You're open! Clouds high, the birds call! You're open! One with nature!
What you got? Good job.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Time to go. One with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my night. Into the wind. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind. Fallen leaves adorn my night. One with nature. Into the wind. Clouds high, the birds call. One with nature.
Take two to go. Jab and
Come on, we can do it. Let the show begin.
Time to go!
Take two to go!
Fine. The wind knows me.
Just you wait!
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering? Into the wind. Wind Strider! Time to go! The wind knows me. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Into the wind! Cha!
Please show some proof of identification.
Time to go.
What do...
Time to go. I follow the wind.
Behold, the...
The wind knows me. Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Brings a smile to my face. As one with wind and cloud.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
care of it.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. One with nature. Clouds high, the birds call. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind. To never again.
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life. Go! Phew! Go! Jackpot! Phew!
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last... I have to the land of my birth.
Time to go.
Is to have the patience to move mountains and
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.